What if I told you there's a coin lying in your drawer that could change your life forever? No, this isn't a fairy tale or some clickbait claim that it's about one small, forgotten penny, dated 1975, with a little D under Abraham Lincoln's chest. This 1-cent coin, minted in Denver, has been discovered to hold a secret so valuable that collectors are willing to pay up to $975,000 for the right piece. Yes, you heard that right. Nearly $1 million for a single penny. And before you laugh it off thinking, come on, it's just a penny, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually looked at your change? Because someone else just did, and walked away with a small fortune. Let's uncover why this coin is worth a lifetime of paychecks and how yours could be next. So, sit tight, stay alert, and do not blink, because one missed detail could cost you nearly $1 million. Let's rewind. It's 1975. The Vietnam War is ending, gas costs less than $1, and disco rules the dance floors. While the world was distracted by change, the Denver Mint was quietly producing millions of Lincoln Memorial pennies. But here's the twist. Among the billions minted, a tiny handful of coins came out with flaws, varieties, and rare conditions so specific that numismatists, the scientists of coins, still get excited decades later. One such penny is the 1975 D Lincoln Memorial cent, the one we're talking about. Most are worth a cent, maybe a few dollars if in decent shape. But certain 1975 D pennies struck on the wrong planchet or exhibiting double dies, off-center strikes, or with unusual copper-bronze compositions can skyrocket in value. Imagine your average-looking penny. Now imagine it having a microscopic minting error that makes it 1 in a billion. That's what we're hunting for. And just so you know, you won't see it with the naked eye. This isn't just about luck. It's about knowing what to look for. Quick reality check. Still think your penny jar is just a cluttered mess? You might want to think of it as your retirement fund in disguise. Here's a question. If you found a penny worth $975,000, what's the first thing you'd buy? Don't lie, you already pictured it. Now let's talk about what makes a 1975 D penny worth nearly $1 million. We're talking about rarity, demand, and condition. First, rarity. Only a few of these coins are known to exist with the extremely rare minting errors, such as being struck on aluminum planchets or with double die obverse, where Lincoln's features appear slightly shadowed or doubled. Second, demand. Coin collectors and investors worldwide are hungry for unique pieces, especially those tied to American history. And third, condition. A coin graded MS-67 or higher, that's mint state, can command insane auction prices. One pristine 1975 D penny in this grade, discovered just a few years ago, sold for $975,000 at a private auction. Not bad for a coin most people toss into a tip jar, right? But here's the kicker. Most of these rare coins were found by accident in change, old jars, or even boxes passed down from grandparents. So yes, it's possible. This happened. And you could be next. Still with me? Good. Because in the next 60 seconds, I'll show you exactly how to check your own penny to see if it could be worth a fortune. Miss this part, and you might be throwing away the best chance you'll ever get at serious wealth. Step 1. Look for that D mint mark under the ear. Step 2. Use a magnifying glass and examine Lincoln's face, especially the eye, ear, and bow tie area. If any of these features look doubled, shadowed, or slightly off, you might have a double die. Step 3. Check the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial. Misaligned steps, blurry letters, or missing details can all hint at rare errors. Step 4. Look for coins that feel lighter than usual. These might be struck on the wrong metal. And finally, get it professionally graded by a trusted source like PCGS or NGC. That one step can make the difference between $10 and $975, 000. So now you know. That little 1975 D penny could either sit forgotten on your nightstand or transform your life forever. Check your coins. Double-check your junk drawers. Your financial breakthrough might be sitting right under your nose. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because next time we're uncovering a coin even rarer than this, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old drawer, when suddenly, you stumble across a dull, brown penny from 1976. Scratched, worn, looks like pocket change. But what if I told you that one simple coin, a 1976 Lincoln penny with a tiny D mint mark, could be worth as much as $976,000? Yes, You heard that right. Almost $1 million for a single penny. Let that sink in. Before you toss another coin into the tip jar, you might want to take a second look. Because today, we're diving into the mysterious, almost mythical, world of the 1976 D. Lincoln Memorial Penny, a coin that's quietly turning average Americans into millionaires. And if you think this can't happen to you, think again. Stick around, because what you're about to learn might make your next coin inspection the most valuable 5 minutes of your life. Why this coin matters. So what makes this particular penny so special? Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1976. The bicentennial is in full swing. Fireworks are everywhere. America is celebrating 200 years of independence. While quarters, half dollars, and dollars were being struck with patriotic designs, the humble penny stayed the same. But not all of them were normal. In the Denver Mint, a small number of 1976 Lincoln pennies were struck with rare die errors, off-metal compositions, and even misaligned planchets. These were not meant for circulation. They were mistakes. Beautiful, valuable mistakes. Some were minted on foreign coin stock. Others were double-struck or had dramatic off-center errors. One in particular was discovered with a bronze-copper blend instead of the typical zinc coating. That one sold at auction for nearly $1 million. Now you're probably thinking, okay, but what are the chances I actually have one of those? Well, let me ask you this. When was the last time you really looked at your change? Your sock drawer? That jar in your garage? Because one man in Ohio found a rare 1976 D penny in an old tackle box, and that coin sold for over $800,000. He was just hoping to catch fish. Instead, he caught a fortune. They say pennies are bad luck when you find them face down. But if it's a 1976 D error penny, pick it up. Face down, upside down, backwards. You pick that thing up like it's gold. Let's talk how to spot one. Check the mint mark. Look for the small D under the year. Examine the coin's weight. Rare ones often weigh slightly more or less than standard due to metal variation. Look for color irregularities. A rich bronze shine or deep reddish hue might be a clue. Examine it under light. Double dies, misstrikes, or planchet cracks are the jackpot features. Finally, use a magnet. Authentic copper coins aren't magnetic. If yours reacts, something's off in a very profitable way. Now don't panic. If you've already tossed some change into the Coinstar this week, you might want to go back and do some coin retrieval. From change to wealth, this isn't just about coins. It's about transformation. Turning something forgotten into something valuable. We've seen single mothers pay off mortgages. Veterans build retirement funds. Even a janitor from Nebraska used his rare coin find to open a small business he'd dreamed of for years. This isn't just spare change. This is legacy. And that's the heart of it. You're not just selling an old penny. You're reclaiming a hidden piece of American history and rewriting your future. Imagine what nearly $1 million could do for you, for your family, for your future. And here's the thing. These coins are still out there. In attics, in jars, in dresser drawers, maybe even in your pocket. But here's the real kicker. There's an even rarer version of this penny, one so unique, it's never been sold publicly. Only a few experts have seen it, and it's estimated to be worth over $1.2 million. And no one knows where it is. It could still be out there, waiting. Maybe with you. So if you're ready to turn forgotten coins into financial freedom, if you believe that your next big break could come from the smallest place, then subscribe right now. Because we've got the tips, strategies, and secrets that can help everyday people like you live a wealthy lifestyle by cashing in on coins worth serious money. Don't miss what's coming next. In our next episode, we reveal a coin from the 1980s that's currently skyrocketing in value and could be sitting in your glove box. Turn your pennies into power. Subscribe now. And remember, every coin tells a story. Make sure yours is worth listening to. What if I told you there's a 1-cent coin sitting in your old drawer that could be worth nearly $1 million? Yes, a single penny. Specifically, the 1977 Lincoln penny with a small d under the date. It looks ordinary, feels ordinary, but for a few lucky Americans, it's become the key to unlocking financial freedom. Pause. Now, before you go digging through your change jar, listen closely, because the difference between a 1-cent penny and a $977,000 treasure is so small, Most people miss it. Let's dive into the story of the 1977 D penny, why it's exploding in value, what to look for, and how you could be holding your own golden ticket without even knowing it. And hey, if you've ever tossed a penny aside thinking it was worthless, this one's going to make you think twice. Let's rewind the clock to 1977. Gas was 65 cents a gallon. Elvis Presley had just left the building. And in the mints of Denver, Colorado, something very unusual was happening with Lincoln pennies. Now, millions were made, but not all of them were equal. Some 1977 D pennies were struck with rare errors. Others had unusual compositions. Some were simply preserved in pristine condition, while others had mysterious misalignments, off-center strikes, or double dies. And here's where it gets exciting. Collectors and auction houses are currently fighting over these rare versions, with verified sales reaching values up to $977,000. That's right. One of these coins was recently evaluated and placed in an elite auction, where it shattered expectations. Imagine that. You go to sell what you think is a basic coin, and you walk away with enough money to pay off your mortgage, send your kids to college, or retire early. Insert quick humor, or hey, by that boat you've been just researching for the past 10 years. But the real question is, what exactly makes the 1977 D penny worth nearly $1 million? Let's break it down. Point 1. Rarity and error patterns. The key is in the details. Some rare 1977 D pennies have double die obverse errors. This means the image of Lincoln or the inscriptions were stamped twice, creating a shadow-like doubling effect. It's barely visible unless you really look. Point 2. Mint condition and grading. Condition is king. A 1977 D penny graded MS 67 or higher can skyrocket in value. These are coins without scratches, stains, or any circulation wear. If it looks like it's never been touched, you might want to hold on to it. Point 3. Metal composition variation. Some were accidentally minted using planchets from other years, creating a mix of copper and zinc. These are the true unicorns of coin collecting. And here's where we raise the stakes. Some of these coins were never meant to be released into circulation. They were test strikes, mistakes, ghosts of the minting process. But a few slipped through the cracks, and they're out there, waiting to be found. So now you're probably wondering, could you be sitting on one of these? Could your forgotten childhood coin collection, or that jar on top of Grandpa's old bookshelf, actually contain a six-figure gem? Here's what to do next. Check the date. Look for 1977 with a small D beneath it. Look at Lincoln's face. Are the features doubled? Do the letters seem shadowed? Check the coin's condition. Is it clean? Uncirculated? Sharp details. If you spot any of this, pause everything else and get it professionally appraised. Immediately. This isn't just about a penny. It's about the possibility that something forgotten, something small, could change your life. Because history has a funny way of hiding treasure in plain sight. So the next time you pass a penny on the street, maybe don't walk past it. Maybe pick it up. Look at it. You never know. Quick pause. And now, before you rush to dig through your coin jars, do yourself a favor. Subscribe to this channel. Because this is just one of many coins hiding in America's homes worth thousands, even millions, of dollars. We're diving deep into rare coins, cash-out strategies, and everything you need to know to turn your collection into a wealth-building machine. So hit that bell, smash that subscribe, and drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. Remember, pennies aren't always just pennies. Sometimes, they're your ticket to a new life. Have you ever unknowingly walked past a fortune? Imagine this. You're digging through an old coin jar. Dusty, forgotten, ignored for years. You pull out a dull penny from 1978. There's nothing special, just a penny. Right now, what if I told you that penny could be worth up to $978,000 today? Yes, a 1-cent coin worth nearly $1 million. It's not a myth. It's not a gimmick. This is a true story, and you could be sitting on one of these rare Lincoln Memorial pennies without ever realizing it. So before you cash in your change jar at the local coin store, listen closely. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover what makes one tiny copper coin the golden ticket to financial freedom, and why time is running out to find it. Don't blink. Don't scroll. That penny in your pocket may just rewrite your future. Let's rewind the clock. The year is 1978. Jimmy Carter is in the White House. Gas is 63 cents a gallon. Star Wars is lighting up theaters. And the Denver Mint is quietly pressing hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents. Most were ordinary, but a tiny handful came out different. Defects, flaws, minting anomalies, some so rare they were never meant to leave the facility. Yet, they did. Collectors now hunt them relentlessly. We're talking double dies, off-center strikes, floating roofs, and errors that escaped unnoticed. Until now. So what makes one 1978 D penny worth close to $1 million? Let me break it down. First, the mint mark. The small D under the date tells us it came from Denver. Most D-marked coins are common, but here's the twist. A small batch had striking issues like dramatic doubling on Lincoln's eye or lettering, or severe off-center pressing. Next is the condition. Coins graded MS67 and above, meaning mint state almost untouched, are exceptionally rare. And when rarity meets demand, the value skyrockets. And then comes provenance. A 1978 D penny that sold for over $150,000 in auction years ago has since inspired a chain reaction. Prices have climbed steadily, and now, authenticated versions in elite condition are being valued up to $978,000. Now you might be thinking, wait, why would anyone pay that much for a penny? Well, the coin world isn't just about money. It's about history. It's about owning a mistake so rare. It's practically art. And like art, the rarer it is, the more someone will pay to have it. Let's be honest. If I had told you 10 years ago a meme cat would sell as an NFT for $600,000, you'd laugh me out of the room. But this is real, tangible, and older than the internet itself. You might ask, how do I know if my penny is the one? Sharp details with no visible wear, bold D mint mark, clear signs of doubling on Liberty. In God we trust. Or the date clean, uncirculated finish. Almost as if it was minted yesterday. But here's the kicker. Even if your penny has minor wear, it could still be worth thousands, especially if it features one of the known mint errors or is part of the rare early run pressings. What most people miss is getting it authenticated. Without grading, your $1 million coin might just look like pocket change. So here's the urgent part. Coin grading agencies like PCGS and NGC are now seeing a flood of submissions for 1978 D pennies. That means the more coins that get found, the less rare yours becomes. Translation? The clock is ticking. The more time passes, the more the market changes. So if you have a box, a drawer, a jar of old coins, now is the moment to dig in. Because this window of opportunity is already closing. I want you to pause for a second. Picture what your life could look like with an extra $978,000 in your account. Debt-free, mortgage paid off. Retirement secured. Or finally starting that dream business you've had on hold for years. All from one overlooked penny. You don't need to be a millionaire to find $1 million coin. You just need awareness and timing. And now, you have both. So here's what you do next. Grab a magnifying glass. Open that old drawer. Look for your 1978 Lincoln penny with a D mint mark. And if you think you've found something special, don't sit on it. Get it graded. Get it valued. Get it sold. And if you're still unsure where to start, don't worry. This channel is your guide. We bring you real strategies, real coin stories, and real money tips that have helped everyday people become wealthy through the coins they already own. But this is only one part of the treasure map. There are more coins worth thousands, even millions, hidden in plain sight. So if you want to discover them, unlock their value, and learn how to sell smart, hit that subscribe button now. Turn on notifications, and don't miss the next coin that could change your life forever. Because next time, the $1 million story could be yours. What if I told you that a single penny sitting in your junk drawer right now could be worth almost $1 million? Yes, 1 cent. From 1979. Specifically, the 1979 Lincoln penny with the D mint mark. One of them just sold for a staggering $979,000. You're not dreaming. You're just one coin away from rewriting your financial story. Before you toss that penny into the tip jar or vending machine, you might want to watch this entire video. Because by the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to look for and why millions of collectors and investors are chasing after this rare copper treasure. Let's unlock the secrets behind this unassuming little coin. Let's rewind to 1979. Gas was cheap, Disco was alive, and the Lincoln Memorial penny still had that iconic copper red shine. But something strange happened at the Denver Mint that year. A small batch of coins came out, and they weren't quite like the others. Now here's where things get interesting. The D-Mint mark, stamped in Denver, appeared on countless pennies that year, but some of them were struck using misaligned dies, double dies, or slightly different planchets. That means the coin you thought was ordinary might actually be extraordinary. You might be wondering, why would a tiny difference in design or strike be worth 6 or even 7 figures? Because rarity combined with demand creates extreme value in the collector world. And when a coin like this shows up in near-perfect condition, it sets off bidding wars. Quick question. Have you ever tipped someone with a penny that could have bought a Ferrari? Yeah, that's the kind of pain you don't want to feel once you learn the truth. In a moment, I'll show you the exact features that make these pennies worth nearly $1 million, including one specific error that could make yours a collector's dream. But first, why are people willing to spend their life savings on this one coin? Let's explore that. The coin market isn't what it used to be. It's on fire. And rare pennies like the 1979D are the fuel. In recent years, prices for these coins have exploded. One high-grade example recently went for $979,000 at auction. Yes, verified and authenticated. The reason? Condition plus rarity plus emotional connection. Collectors love Lincoln pennies. They represent American history, perseverance, and a link to simpler times. But when one comes along with a unique flaw or near-flawless shine, it crosses over from coin to ARTSO. What should you look for? Number 1. Mint luster. That rich, copper tone that almost glows under the light. Number 2. Doubling. Especially around Lincoln's profile and the inscriptions. Look closely at the word Liberty and the date. Number 3. Die errors or off-center strikes. If Lincoln's head looks just a little off, you might be onto something huge. And finally, grade it. A coin in MS66 or MS67 condition. That's where the $1 million magic happens. Here's a scary thought. These coins are often found in change jars, flea markets, and estate sales. Imagine walking past $979,000 because it looked like every other penny. Let's pause. Go ahead. Check your wallet. Seriously, I'll wait. If you find a 1979D penny and you stop watching this video to list it on eBay, just remember who helped you get rich. You find the right penny. You get it appraised. The bids come in, fast and furious. Suddenly, that dream vacation, new car, early retirement, not so crazy anymore. That's the power of coin collecting. And the beauty of the 1979D Lincoln penny is that it's hiding in plain sight. No metal detector required. Just a sharp eye and a little knowledge. And here's something else to consider. Coins like this don't just sell for big bucks. They appreciate. Investors are buying them to hold for the long game. This penny could be your ticket not just to wealth, but to legacy. So the next time you see a handful of pennies lying around, don't just walk past them. One of them might be your way out of debt, out of stress, into a life of freedom. Subscribe now if you want more stories like this, because we're just getting started. I'll be sharing more hidden gems, real coin values, and millionaire-making strategies every week. Hit that bell. Your next fortune might be just one coin away.